Hello friends, welcome to your 1 hour no repeat full body strength workout. Today is day 15 of my Build 15 April Strength Challenge. If you're doing that with me, all you need is a flat surface to work on, a clear view of your screen, and of course some dumbbells. As per usual, weights are on the screen for you to reference. Feel free to match me, go heavier, go lighter, depending on what you have and how strong you're feeling today. Other than that, as per usual, a warm up and a cool down is included, and it's gonna be 1 hour of you and me working our muscles. So if you're ready, let's get warmed up. Alrighty friends, we're gonna start with our necks. First of all, with some neck rolls. So drop shoulder to ear, chin to chest, and roll it all the way around and back. Really making some beautiful big exaggerated circles here. Oh, and don't forget to start your watches if you have one. Amazing, let's go the other way. Good job. Today's gonna go by really quick because we're not really gonna be repeating anything except unilateral. So if it's done on one side, it must be done on the other. But other than that, no repeats today. So try and push yourself considering we're only doing everything once. All right, pinky goes back one arm, chest stays forward, really rotating, palm facing outwards as we send it back until we get about here. Then you're gonna rotate again to make sure our palm is pretty much staying turned out the entire time. Amazing. Same thing, pinky goes back, palm faces out. As soon as you get next to your hip, you're gonna wanna twist that palm so it's facing out once again. Good, reaching the pinky back. Okay, next up, a squat with a twist. So we're gonna sink the hips down and then twist opposite knee to opposite elbow. Getting that cross-body connection here, warming up through the spine and the lower body. Amazing. Feet nice and wide, toes turned out. Fingertips on those hips, we're gonna send it around, drop the chest forward as you send the hips back, then push the hips forward, feel the stretch across the front of your legs. And other way. Great job, walk those feet out nice and wide. We're gonna lunge over, open the chest to the side, push through the heel to stand, and then other way. Sinking nice and deep into the bent leg, twisting our chest open as best we can. Amazing. Keeping your feet nice and wide, toes turned out. We're gonna raise onto our toes here for a wide calf raise. Really, mobilizing the ankle joint. Also trying not to fall over. So focus on one point to help you balance and really get strong through those legs. I do these things in one take, friends, no cuts. So sometimes we mess up and that's fine. All right, let's come into a lunge with a drive. So lunge it back, keep the knee hovered, then drive, bring that knee to the chest. Lunge and drive. Really drive through the front heel. I feel the glute activate. Send the hips forward. Beautiful. Other side. Same exact thing. Lunge, tap the back knee, push it forward. Now today is going to be low impact. There won't be any jumping or anything, just pure strength, beautiful, controlled movements, no momentum, no rushing, pure strength and power. All right, keep in a nice lunge, straighten the back leg, dropping opposite hand down. We're gonna bring the elbow down as close as we can, and then twist the chest towards the bent leg, open the arm. Good, keeping the back leg nice and active and straight, hips high. Okay, step it back, switch it out, same exact thing, last warm-up exercise here. Then we're gonna get into our first of 7 little groups. We're gonna alternate today, lower body, upper body, lower body, upper body, lower body, upper body, and then abs to finish off. So it should go nice and quick and keep us very entertained. When you're ready, up you get. We are having a quick transition here, starting off with legs. I'm gonna grab my 10 kgs, my 22 pounds here. We're gonna do 1.5 rep squats, feet shoulder width apart. You can have your dumbbells by your side, you can have goblet style with one, or you can bring the weights up. 45 seconds, 15 seconds off, let's go. Squat down, halfway up, down, all the way up. Great. Chest stays nice and open, weight distributed nicely between your feet. Now this first superset is our squats and deadlift superset. So that's the type of movement we're going to be focusing on all throughout the lower body. Well done, 15 seconds of rest. A wide RDL is next. So feet a little bit wider than you would usually go for RDLs. Toes turned out. We're gonna shave our legs, dropping the weights down, keeping contact with the fingers on the legs, and then driving hips forward, tucking the hips under slightly. Good, send it down, nice flat back. Drive it forward. Remember, we're sending the hips back, then slightly bending the knees, driving the hips forward. Inhale down, give me big exhales as you push your heels into the ground. Well done. Amazing. Next up, narrow squats for 1.5 reps. So feet about a fist width apart. Thighs are gonna be tracking parallel to each other as we squat down, halfway up, down, all the way up. All right. You might not be able to go as low for these as you usually would. It comes down to mobility. But try your best. Even if you're only down here, up. Really focus on sitting back into those heels. Well done. Thighs aren't glued, they're tracking parallel. Well done. Moving on, stiff leg deadlift. So feet shoulder width apart, toes pretty much straight. We're gonna keep our legs straight as we send our hips back. Keep the hips nice and high as we lower and then drive through. So the difference is with a stiff leg, barely any bend in the knee, only the hips go back. Versus an RDL, I'll show now. Hips go back and the knees bend. Can you see the difference between that and this? So we're targeting hamstrings a lot more here. Take it nice and slow, chest stays open, Tracking dumbbells down the legs, hips stay high. Pull your shoulder blades back. Exhale. You might not be able to lower as low, completely normal. Well done. All right, sumo plus a calf raise. Feet nice and wide, you're gonna squat down, come up, onto the tippy toes, nice and strong, and down. Let's go. Sink the hips down, chest stays up, push through the heels, squeeze the glutes. Then strong legs as you rise onto your tippy toes. Ooh, good. Well done. All right, I'm gonna drop one weight for this, just because I prefer to hold a weight like this. We're gonna do half rep RDLs. So we're gonna go down all the way, up to our knees, then send the hips back down. Keep going. I'm gonna pat my brow. Got very hot in here very quickly. Good, remember you're sending the hips back, keeping the dumbbell close, up halfway, squeeze the glutes forward, lengthen down, back up. Pulling those shoulder blades together. Well done. Okay, next up, turnout squats. Goblet style here. I'm gonna squat, turn it out, back to center, turn it out. So when you come into the turnout, you're turning about 45 degrees before you drop into the squat. So we're not turning completely sideways, about 45 degrees. Sink those hips low. Exhale as you press to stand. Whew. And let it relax. Okay, 30 seconds to gather yourself, stretch it out if you need. We're gonna move on to some upper body, specifically pull. So mostly back and biceps right now. Starting with a 1 dumbbell row. You're gonna grab 1 dumbbell, clasping it with both hands. Send the hips back. Good bend in those knees until you're parallel, sinking those hips down. You're gonna squeeze, pull the shoulder blades together, pulling dumbbell to tummy. Relax, let those shoulders completely drop. So we're pulling, squeezing shoulder blades together, and then can you see how my shoulder is dropping? Because we want to lengthen that back and then really contract the muscles. Well done. Keep going. Squeeze and lengthen. Let it relax. All right, grab your lighter dumbbells. We're gonna do some biceps, a little bit more of isolation work. One arm is gonna be holding at 90 degrees. Other one, curls up and down, hammer style. So palms facing in. Just like that, curl it up. Lengthen all the way down, keeping your tricep tucked towards your waist. Really focus on squeezing that bicep at the top, controlling the motion the entire way. Are you still at 90 degrees with this arm that is holding? Good, relax your wrist, make it nice and neutral. Five seconds. Let it relax. Okay, I'm gonna stay with this weight just because my heavier weights are quite chunky, but feel free to go heavy. We're gonna send the hips back into another bent over position. We're gonna cross, squeeze the chest, and then pull back 45 degrees with those elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades. Then cross the other way, squeeze the chest, pull back. Well done. Give yourself a generous bend in those knees to help you get that chest close to parallel. Extend, squeeze the chest, and then pull back 45 degrees. Well done. Well done. Okay, we're gonna do those concentration curls now on the other side, so make sure you're gonna switch out which arm is doing the holding and which one is doing the curling. Hold, other arm. Yo, I almost messed up there. There we go. Relax your shoulders away from the ears. Control the weight. Exhale up. Inhale down. How are we doing? Can you believe we've been here for almost, more than 15 minutes? Right? Time flies. Would you look at that? Good, straightening that arm all the way at the bottom, get that full range of motion. All right, drop to the ground. We're gonna get into a nice strong plank. You can either be on your toes or on your knees. We're gonna do renegade rows, pulling each dumbbell into our hips. Now, whatever you do, whether you're toes or knees, make sure you're tucking your core under. If you're on your knees, no crossing ankles, please. Just keep the shins parallel, and you're not rocking your hips side to side. You're keeping them facing down, core strong as you pull. And lower, pull, and lower. Great work. And let her relax. Okay, flip over onto your ground, onto the ground. Bring a heavier weight with you, please. We're gonna do some pullovers. So grabbing the weight by the plate side, keeping it nice and flat, slight bend in those arms. We're gonna extend, drop it overhead, big exhale, pull it up until right above your chin. Extend, let the weight tap the ground slightly, then pull it over. Good. And let it relax. All right, Back on up. This is your last one before we move back to legs. We're gonna do Zottman curls. So palms facing out. We're gonna curl up towards the shoulders. Flip the palms so they're facing away, and curl it down. Then flip the palms again. Curl it up, flip, drop it down, keeping your elbows nice and tight towards your waist. Good job. You got this. Let it relax. Okay, 30 seconds of rest. Grab some water if you need. Next up, we're going on to legs again. This time, this is our lunge group, okay? So we're gonna burn out one leg with 3 moves, all on one side. Then we'll repeat it all on the other side, and then we'll finish off with a shorter little interval that will switch one leg, half on one leg, half on the other. But first, long to close lunge. Grab your heavy weights. I'm gonna start on my left. Step it nice and far back. Then bring that back knee in line with the front ankle. Then reverse, just like that. Okay, as you can see, I have a slight forward lean in my torso that's helping me emphasize my glute. But if you want to place emphasis on your quad, keep your chest nice and upright. Same thing. Good, really keep a lot of your weight in the front leg. Okay, let it relax. We're gonna do static lunges next. So, making sure the same leg is in front, slide forward, lean. You're gonna lunge down, tap the back knee, straighten both legs, really squeeze. Up and down. Let's go. Good. If you're feeling like you're not having a lot of balance here, make sure you're not walking a tightrope. Can you see how uneven I am here, how unsteady? Slight distance between your feet here so that you're nice and stable. Keep going, less than 10 seconds. Alrighty. Now staying on the exact same side. So my left leg is gonna stay planted here. You're gonna step back, behind and across, tap the knee, step it back. Okay, now what's important here, let's go, is we're not opening up the hips. All right, so that's when we step too far, behind and across, the hips are gonna wanna open, so we're not going too far. Hips stay square to the one in front of us. Lunge down and up. Also check your knee, it's not collapsing outwards, you're keeping it relatively over your ankle. Great. Big exhale as you press to stand. Well done. Well done. Okay. From the top, starting with the long to close lunge, make sure we're switching sides. So I'm on my right side now. Let's go. Long. Then you bring back knee to front ankle and then step it back. Good, dig deep. You're only doing this once, don't give up. Whew. Doing this when your lower body is already sore, don't recommend. But it's fine, we're gonna push through. Okay, static lunges, same side. Let's hit it. Good, get that front leg nice and straight. Not here, straighten it. Feel that glute and that quad activate. Well done. Okay, curtsy lunges. Whew. Lunges are basically cardio. Feel like one day I need to put that on a shirt. Let's go back and across. You can rack your weights wherever you want, so either by your side or up here, or you can hold a goblet style, completely up to you. Whew. Well done. Okay, next up, back to the starting leg. So I'm going left. We're gonna pulse it for 10 seconds, hold for 10 seconds, take 5 seconds to switch to the other side, and then do that all on the other leg. Nice lunge, pulses. Let's go, pulse. And 3, 2, 1, hold it here. Nice and low. Switch sides in 3, 2, 1. Other way. Pulses, let's go. Pulse, pulse. And 3, 2, 1, hold it. Go lower. And 3, 2, 1. Quick little finisher there at the end. Okay, take your break. On to group number 4 already. Back to upper body. This time we're gonna be doing more push, so more chest, triceps, and shoulders. Starting with my all-time favorite to build strength in your chest, hand release push-ups. On your knees or on your toes, you're gonna completely drop your chest to the ground. Briefly lift your hands. Tight core as you exhale and push back up. Same thing applies in full plank. Well done. Your breath is your best friend. Use a big exhale to help you get up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, push. Yes. Well done. Okay, next up, pike push-ups. So hands about mat width apart. You're gonna send your tailbone up into the sky, pushing your chest through your shoulders. You're gonna drop, forehead down to mat, elbows flaring out 45 degrees, then push and press your chest back through your shoulders. Inhale down, Exhale, press back up. Really rocking on your tippy toes here. So come forward. Exhale, sit back a little bit on those toes. Well done. Can you feel shoulders and traps? Grab your heavy weights. Let's go down onto our backs for some chest presses. Okay, feet bent and planted on the ground. Big inhale as you lower the elbows down. Exhale, squeeze and press the weights up, nice, slow and controlled. Inhale down, big exhale, squeeze the chest. And well done. Okay, I'm gonna grab a lighter weight for this next one. We're gonna do a fly outwards plus a close chest press. So our palms are gonna be facing inwards or towards each other the entire time. Slight bend in those elbows as we drop down, squeeze up, then bend the elbows towards your ribs, press it down and overhead. Fly out, clamp those arms together, and lower to chest. Almost there, good, squeeze. Inhale down, exhale up. And let it relax. Okay, we're gonna stay here and do some skull crushers next. Now with skull crushers, I want you to remember the only joint that is moving is your elbow, okay? If your arms are moving forward and back, you're moving your shoulder too. Keeping that top of your arm nice and stationary, only your forearm moves. Get a fully straight arm at the top of that range of motion, squeeze those triceps, inhale down, exhale up. Whew. I hate training triceps, it's like my personal worst. Well done. Alrighty, up you get onto your either kneeling or onto your feet. Gonna finish off with toasting out our shoulders, starting with Arnold's. So arms at 90 degrees, palms facing in, rotate out, press up, down, and close. Keep going. I'm gonna pat my brow here. Nice and slow. I know arms are starting to fatigue. Not too long before we move on to legs. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Keep breathing and smile. Aren't you having fun? Well done. All right, I'm gonna drop and only use one weight for this. You can use two. I'm gonna hold the weight by the plate side. We're gonna press up and down, coming back to 90 degrees. Ready? Good, keeping your forearms parallel, press it up and down. Now as you lift, make sure we're keeping our ribs knit towards our hips. Because what happens is as we lift our arms overhead, our core is like, yay, I get to relax. And it just stops working. So make sure you're actively counteracting that, keeping a tight connection here as you press so we don't flare the ribs. Well done. Well done, friends. We are going to take our break now and then drop to the ground for some glute bridges. Now, I do have a booty band over there. It wasn't required as part of the equipment, but if you have one and you want to add a little bit of an extra challenge, feel free to pop that on. Otherwise, onto your back with your heavy weights. You can either use one on your hip or two on either hip. Completely up to you, depending on how heavy you want to go. Okay, we're gonna do a bridge plus a calf raise. So sending the hips up, press to the heels, lift the ankles off the ground, nice strong calf raise, drop the ankles, release the hips. Scoop the pelvis up and under, squeeze the glutes, lift the ankles, and reverse. Nice and slow. Well done. All right, let it relax down. Okay, what's gonna happen next is we're gonna lift our hips all the way up and hold it there. And what we're gonna do is lift one ankle up and drop, other ankle up and drop while we keep holding our hips up high. So single calf raises in a glute bridge position. So raise one, squeeze and down. Other one, squeeze and down. Really press the ball of your foot down into the ground here. Don't let those hips drop. Actively squeezing those glutes nice and high. Core tight. Great work. And let it relax. Okay, if you have two weights, go ahead and drop one away. We're gonna bring one weight on to one hip, either like this or like this, completely up to you. Planting that foot down, other leg extends. We're gonna drive the knee into the chest, lift the hips high. Extend the leg down, drop the hips down. Drive it in, lift high. Inhale, extend and drop. So it's not just my leg going in and out, right? But it's also my hips going up and down. So make sure you're getting both. Whoo. My poor glute. Okay. Now I'm gonna give you an option here. If you have a booty band on, what you're gonna do is you're gonna place the dumbbell on your hips, come up and pull the knees apart. If you don't have a booty band on, you're gonna come up with that dumbbell on your hips and just hold it. Completely up to you. Make sure you're tucking the hips under, squeezing the glutes high, pushing through the heels, and breathe. Good, lift higher, don't let them drop. Squeeze and press So close. Come on. And relax it down. Well done. We're gonna do the single leg thrust now on the other side, so make sure you're loading the weight onto the opposite hip bone. Extend the leg out, pressing arm nice and firm into the mat to stabilize you. Let's go. Ooh, my poor glute is trembling. Well done. Extend out. Ooh. Keep going. Oh, my word. Alrighty. Almost there, I promise. Now either one dumbbell on the hip or two loaded on either hip. We're gonna walk the heels out one step, come on to your heels, so lift your toes up into an extended position here. Lift and lower. So you can see the difference between this and this, right? By coming out slightly with those ankles, we are placing more emphasis on the hamstrings too, but also on the glutes. Good, tucking the hips under, pushing them nice and high. Well done. And let it relax. Final glute exercise here. We're gonna pulse it high. And then when I tell you to, we're gonna hold. I'm just gonna grab this so I know when to tell us to hold. So walk your feet back in. Nice and flat on the ground. Lift it up. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Good. Keep going. You're gonna pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, squeeze it high and hold. Don't let those hips drop. I want them high. Push your heels into the ground. Think happy thoughts. Keep breathing. Push it higher. No dropping. Let's go. Well done. And you're done. Take your 30 seconds. Final upper body. Guys, this went so quickly. Oh my goodness. Final upper body group here. And we are doing, if I'm not mistaken, yes, it's all body weight. So no more weights. No more weights. Starting with commando shoulder taps. So strong plank. Down, down, up, up, tap, tap. Same thing on your knees if you want. Tap, tap. Now, whichever one you're doing, as you come into those taps, try not to sway the hips, all right? You're keeping it nice and strong. Even if that means you have to slow down. Now, if you want to try come into a plank, but you feel unstable, walk your feet out a little bit wider, and you're gonna find yourself more stable here. If you wanna challenge yourself, go ahead and do this. Completely up to you. Oh, and let it relax. Okay, drop onto your belly. I really want you to focus on squeezing your thighs into the ground here, squeezing your glutes and your hips down. Fingertips by the ears. You're gonna lift, hold, and lower. So really drive your hips into the ground to give you leverage. You're not going to be able to get very high, but lift as high as you can. Feel it working from your lower back. Good. Okay, well done. I'm just gonna prop my weights up so I have some space. We are going to do single arm Supermans. So arms overhead, nice and straight. Face down. You're gonna lift opposite arm, opposite leg up and drop, up and drop. Really drive your hips down into the ground. Neck stays nice and neutral, so try not to crane it up. Well done. Squeeze the glutes. Well done. All right, roll onto your side. Legs bent, or you can have one bent, one straight. Bottom arm cradles your waist. We're gonna place that palm flat on the ground, around next to the elbow of the bent arm. And then big exhale, you're gonna press up, inhale down. Really try and get that arm as straight as possible. Spread your fingers nice and wide here. Really get a good grip on the ground to get yourself more stability. Oh my goodness. And let it relax. You guys, I really hate training triceps. Let's flip over to the other side. But you know, I always say just because you hate it doesn't mean it's not good for you, so still gotta do it. Let's go, push it up, straighten, roll it under, well done. Good, get that arm nice and straight. We only have a couple more upper body movements. Then we're gonna finish off with abs, and we are done with today. Crazy. Well done. All right, flip it over. Again, feel free to do these on your knees or on your toes. We're gonna do side to side push-ups. So you're gonna walk over to one side, push up, walk it over to the other side, push up. Now for these, elbows are not coming in close to the triceps, but they are flaring out about 45 degrees out from our bodies. Focusing a little bit more on chest compared to triceps here. Try not to cross your ankles if you're on your knees. Well done. Cool, keep pushing. Almost there. And let it relax. Okay. For the final little cherry on top of the strength cake, we're We're gonna do a push-up hold. All right, now knees or toes, as per usual. We're gonna hold until at about 90 degrees, like so. Maybe a little bit less than 90 degrees. Feel free to come onto your knees if you'd like. Get nice and low, hovering that chest a couple inches above the ground, shoulders away from your ears. Dig deep. Dig deep. We got this. Core tight. Pressing your weight through your palms. Drop your hips. They're not down here. They're not up here. They're nice and in line. Hovering. Well done. 3, 2. Well done. Take your break. We're gonna top this hour-long workout off with some abs. 8 minutes of abs, 50 seconds on, 10 seconds off, nice and quick, no repeats, no weights either. Roll onto your back, roll it down, feet up, you're gonna drop it down, bring it up, crunch, lift the shoulder blades, relax. Now only drop as low as you can without your lower back lifting off the ground. So if that means you're only dropping till here, and then you're lifting back, that's fine. I'd rather have you drop not as high than risk you doming and having incorrect form. Trust me, you don't want to go there. It's not worth it. It's really hard to come back from when you start doming. So be patient, your strength will come. Good. I want to see those shoulder blades lifting. Big exhale. Amazing. All right, 10-second transition. Feet up, toes flexed towards you. I want you to pretend like you're climbing a rope, pulling it down into your chest. Shoulder blade lifts as you reach, pull it down. Other shoulder blade lifts and pull. Pull. Good. Keeping those legs as steady as possible. Try not to have them swing with you. Hips stay nice and flat. Good, pull deeper. Let's go. Great work. And let her relax. Next up, standard bicycle crunches. Fingertips by the ears, elbows nice and wide. Exhale, cross and crunch, opposite knee to opposite elbow. Good, really focus on the twist of your opposite rib to opposite hip here. Get that cross-body connection. No holding your breath. Alrighty, what's gonna happen next? One leg stays bent in, other leg stays straight. I want you to glue your big toe to the side of your straight knee. You're gonna give me a big exhale, lift the hips up, rock it down. If that's too much, normal reverse crunch is fine. But I want you to try, really use the momentum of that straight leg to drive the hips up, pressing your triceps into the ground to stabilize yourself. Drop it down, use the momentum to push yourself up, overhead. Well done. let it relax. Okay, we're gonna repeat that on the other side. So when your leg is down and straight, your big toe will be by your knee. And then when you bring it up, it's likely gonna wanna travel up towards your ankle. That's normal. Just try and keep contact there between that big toe and the inside of that leg. Whew, I got a toe cramp, hold on. Keep going. Yikes. Those are very unpleasant. Oh my goodness, what's happening to my toe? Me too. Good. Let it relax. Great work. Feet touching, thighs dropping outwards, hands stacked on top of each other. Press that lower back into the ground. Lift the shoulder blades up. You're gonna reach through and crunch, crunch, crunch. Good. Reaching your fingertips towards those toes here. Good. Shoulder blades lifted, chin tucked so you can hold an apple between your chin and your chest. And pulse, pulse, pulse. And let it relax. All right. Extend your legs out, knees slightly bend, arms overhead. Relax your shoulders down. From here, exhale, shoulders lift up. Inhale, relax down slowly. Again, exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Taking these nice and slow. Good. As we exhale up, knit your ribs down towards your hips. Inhale down. Exhale. Inhale down. Good. Get the shoulder blades lifted. And let it relax. Great work. We have one more. I'm gonna give you an option here. Either arms extended, legs bent, hold, or legs lifted, hold. If that is all too much, V-sit, hold. Completely up to you which one you choose. I just like to give options. If you're in a hollow hold, shoulder blades lifted off the ground. Good. Don't give up. I know those abs are burning. Drop those arms even lower. Almost there. Oh, and let it relax. Well done, team. We have 5 more minutes on the clock. Time to cool down. Heart rate should not be too high at the moment, but we're gonna give our body some love. Just stretch all those muscles out that we've been working for the last hour. Crazy business. All right, onto your back. Hands on the mat. Let's lift the hips up. Really tuck your shoulder blades under. Lift those hips even higher than you would for a normal glute bridge. Maybe even come onto your toes. Well done. Untuck yourself, rock yourself up. One leg bends under. Other ankle in line with the knee. We're gonna lift up into a half hero pose. You should really feel a beautiful stretch here across your hip flexor and even down into your chest, to your shoulders and your biceps. Good, switch out those legs, other one tucks, and lift. Good job. All right, untuck both feet, flip your palms so that they're not facing, or your fingertips so they're facing your toes. Relax the shoulders away from the ears, lift the chest nice and open. Great work. Drop the booty, fingertips now facing away, and walk those hands back nice and far. Open the chest by squeezing your shoulder blades together. Feel the stretch in your chest and your shoulders. Good, we're gonna hold it here for another 20 seconds. Maybe rock side to side. Well done. Okay, unwind yourself. We're gonna wrap one elbow over the other, maybe clasp your hands together if you can. Curve your spine and lift your shoulder, your elbows. There we go. Really get a nice, beautiful arch in the top of your back. Feel that upper back stretch out. It's not a very pretty stretch, but it does feel good. All right, switch it out. Clasping those hands, round the spine, lift the elbows. Well done. All right, one leg into a nice lunge, tuck the hips under, squeeze this glute, and sink it forward. Well done. Hands on the inside of that foot, heel toe out, rock onto the outside of that front foot, and maybe add a little bit of a push and a twist. Good. Bring that foot back to center. Straighten the leg out. Keep your chest nice and proud as you flex the toes towards your face. Well done. All right, let's switch it out. Same thing now on the other side. First, starting with the lunge. Hips square to the wall in front of you. Squeeze this glute, tuck it under. Can you feel how that lightens up that hip flexor? Well done. Good. Time for lizard. Maybe add the push if you'd like. Good, hamstring stretch time. Flex that toe towards your face. Try and keep your chest as open as possible. No rounding out. Flatten the back as best you can. Good, twist it around. Plant both your feet for a nice wide straddle. Grab your outside of your feet. Drop your crown of your head towards the ground. Feel the stretch in the back of our hammies for our final stretch. Hold it here for one more big breath in. and out. And when you're ready, you can roll yourself on up and give yourself a big round of applause and a massive pat on your back. 1 hour. You and I just crushed it. I hope you enjoyed. If you did this as part of my Build 15 challenge, how did you like it? What was your favorite workout of the program? I'd love to know. Please let me know in the comments. And if you just stopped by for this one workout, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get 10K as well as upgrade my camera equipment. So every single like, share, support, comment, subscribe really does mean a lot to me, and make sure that I can help get you guys better quality content as soon as possible. So otherwise, well done for showing off for yourself today. I'm so proud of you. Sometimes that is the hardest part. Otherwise, I hope you have a very lovely day, because you do deserve it, and I'll see you very soon. Bye, friends.